Or the past is gone. The sir rightly said, "Jo ho gaya, jo beet gaya, so beet gaya." But the future is ours, right, Girdhar sir? Like you mentioned about commitment and past, which is gone. Okay, let's do one thing quickly. Let's promise to our leadership team that we are going to be better than yesterday. We are going to be better tomorrow than today. All right? When we say we promise, you're going to raise your one hand. And when I ask, we are, and you're going to say best, you're going to raise the second hand. All right? Okay, let's do this, and we are going to clap together. Can we promise this? Yes. Raise your one hand. Can we promise this? आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Can we promise this? Yes. Okay. And we are. Raise your second hand. We are. We are. We are best. Let's say together. हाथ दोनों ऊपर. We are. We are best. And let's clap together for each one of you. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? With this note, we promise to our leadership team that we are going to be better tomorrow than today. And ladies and gentlemen, may I now request Miss Pratima Ram to please come forward and address our audience. And साथ ही साथ हमारे बीच आ चुके हैं Dr. Nimal Ganguly and Dr. C.M. Gupta. एक बार उनके लिए जोरदार तालियां हो जाए everyone. A very warm welcome, sir. Thank you so much for your precious time and for being with us. May I request ma'am to please address our audience. धरा हिला गगन गूंजा नदी बहा पवन चला, विजय तेरी ज्योति सी जल जला, भुजा भुजा फड़क फड़क रक्त में धड़क धड़क, धनुष उठा प्रहार कर तू सबसे पहला वार कर, अग्नि सी धधक धधक हिरन सी सजग सजग, से सी दहाड़ कर शंख सी पुकार कर, रुके न तू झुके न तू सदा चले थमे न तू. And that is what is the power of unity. When I talk about unity, unity in diversity, which I can see, I can witness. Ladies and gentlemen, शुरू करने जा रहे हैं the colors of celebration. Indradhanush 2023. I am Suman Chilani, your host of this beautiful celebration and evening. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome each one of you. Before I start, I want to see the energy. I want to see how excited, how ready are you in the house? Is everyone ready here to start the event? If yes, just raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Okay, अगर आप सब तैयार हैं, तो सब आप खाली हाय बोलेंगे, हाय. Wow, this is what is the beauty. You know what, when I stepped in, मैंने इतना प्यारा कैंपस देखा और मुझे पता चला कि हमारे इस कैंपस में साउथ इंडिया, नॉर्थ इंडिया, वेस्ट इंडिया, ईस्ट इंडिया से हमारे टीम्स हैं, हमारे कोलीग्स हैं. सो क्विकली अ हाय टू एवरीवन हु ऑल आर फ्रॉम साउथ इंडिया. एनी साउथ इंडियन हियर? जस्ट रेज योर हैंड. वणक्कम, वणक्कम. कहाँ से हैं आप? वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम? केरला? Nalla Sugam, sir. Nalla Sugam. Yaprir Kringo. How many of you Bengalis here? How many Bengalis here in the house? Just raise your hand. Okay, quickly a hi to Kemonacho. Bhalo achi. I would love to say in my style, Ame tamake bhalo bashi. Okay, how many Gujaratis here in the house? Oh my God, look at this energy. आइए मेरे साथ बद्दा गुजराती અહીંયા મારી સાથે બોલશે હાથી ઘોડા પાલકી. क्या बात है. केम छो मारा वहाला गुजरातीओ? केम छो बधा અહીંયા? मजामा. Congratulations for so many celebrations happening from 18th of Feb back to back, and I can see each one of you is a winner. Each one of you is shining like a star. Okay, how many from North India? बिहार से. अच्छा, राजस्थानी कितने हैं? राजस्थानी, how many from राजस्थानी? अरे वाह, कहते हैं ना, कहते हैं ना, पधारो पधारो मारे देश खम्मा गणिसा गणी खम्मा पधारो मारे देश. How many Sindhis here in the house? How many Sindhis? अरे वाह साईं, ॾाढो सुठो लॻो तव्हांखे हिते ॾिसी करे. मूंखे बेहद ख़ुशी थी रही आहे कि अॼु असांजे विच में कैडिला फार्मास्यूटिकल्स सां गॾु असां सेलिब्रेट करण वारा आहियूं. लेडीज़ एंड जेंटलमैन, शुरू करने जा रहे हैं आज वो शाम विच सिग्निफाइज योर सक्सेस. आपने पूरा साल इतनी मेहनत की है, हमेशा हर वक्त तैयार रहे हैं कंपनी के साथ, अपने परिवार के साथ, ज़िंदगी में हर कदम एक साथ बढ़ने में हमेशा साथ रहे हैं. एंड साथ ही साथ वी हैव आवर लीडरशिप टीम, लेडीज़ एंड जेंटलमैन, जिन्होंने विजन, मोटिवेशन एंड साथ ही साथ जो हमारे गोल्स हैं उन्हें हासिल करने में, हमारे टारगेट्स अचीव करने में हमेशा साथ दिया है. टॉक अबाउट द कैंप्स विच वी डिड फ्रॉम 18th of Feb, ब्लड डोनेशन जिसमें 71,000 ml जो कंट्रीब्यूशन हुआ है, 12,900 से ज़्यादा ट्रीज. गेम्स में टेनिस, बैडमिंटन, मास्टर शेफ, कैडिलास गॉट टैलेंट, कितने ही सारे कॉम्पिटिशन्स हुए. एंड एज आई सेड, यू ऑल आर विनर्स. शुरू करते हैं दिस ब्यूटीफुल सेलिब्रेशन जिसका आप और मैं कब से इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं. लेडीज़ एंड जेंटलमैन, सबसे पहले उनकी बात करते हैं जिनका ये विजन रहा है टू स्टार्ट दिस फैमिली, जिनका ये विजन रहा है द सक्सेस ऑफ एवरीवन, जिनका ये विजन रहा है टू रेज द बार. Everyone in the world is working, but how can we do something different? हम कुछ अलग कैसे कर सकते हैं? जिनका विजन रहा है जिंदगी में हमेशा सबके साथ आगे बढ़ने में, आज भी कहीं ना कहीं वो एक स्टार हम सबको देख रहे हैं. एंड ऊपर से आई एम श्योर स्माइल कर रहे हैं टू वॉचिंग ऑल ऑफ अस स्माइलिंग. एवरीवन, यू नो व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट? आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट none other than Indravardhan Modi ji. एक बार उनके लिए जोरदार तालियां हो जाए for his vision for his support, for founding, and always जो उन्होंने हमें guidelines दिए हुए हैं उनके नक्शे कदम पर चलने के लिए. A huge and immense respect for him. Ladies and gentlemen, शुरू करते हैं. इसी के साथ I would like to call our leadership team on the stage, and सबसे पहले with an immense pleasure I will take this opportunity to call on the stage जिनकी वजह से मैं कह सकती हूँ we all are always smiling. Somebody, even in COVID times, he was there to say, don't worry, sab acha hoga. Don't worry, we are going to raise the bar. Don't worry, we are stronger together. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about none other than Chairman and Managing Director, Cadila Pharmaceuticals Limited. Please put your hands together for Dr. Rajiv Modi, sir. May I humbly request, sir, to please join me on the stage. Zordar Talia, everyone. A very warm welcome, sir, on the stage. So happy to see you smiling always. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome on stage Miss Pratima Ram, Independent Director, Cadila Pharmaceuticals Limited. Everyone, तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट साथ ही साथ. You signify the women empowerment. You signify we have a leader who is always there with us by our side. Zordar talia, everyone, please put your hands together for Miss Pratima Ram. Ma'am, please join us on the stage. A very warm welcome. तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट बजती रहनी चाहिए, everyone. ये वो leadership team है जिन्होंने हमेशा जिंदगी में हर वक्त साथ दिया है. Ma'am, please join us. A very warm welcome on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, may I take an opportunity to welcome on the stage Mr. Girdhar Balwani, Independent Director, Cadila Pharmaceuticals Limited. Please put your hands together, louder. Welcome, Girdhar sir, on the stage. A very warm welcome. Join me to invite on the stage Dr. Christopher, founder and chairman, EQL Pharma. Please put your hands together and welcome Dr. Krista. Bonjour, comment ça va? Ça va bien? Très bien. Bienvenue, bienvenue. Everyone, zordar taaliyan ho jaye. Please put your hands together and welcome Dr. Krista with us. Can I request तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट रुकनी नहीं चाहिए, everyone? Let's have the thunderous. I like this energy in the house. Look at this energy. Awesome. Let's welcome on the stage Mr. Maheshwar Sahu, Chairman, IRM Energy. Please put your hands together and welcome our versatile leader, Mr. Maheshwar Sahu. A very warm welcome, sir, on the stage. May I request you to please join us on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on the stage Dr. Ajit Singh, Director, Cadila Pharmaceuticals Limited. Paji, ki haal hai tuanu? Sat Sri Akal ji. Jitne bhi Punjabis in the house, mere saath bolenge, jo bole? So nihal. Sat Sri Akal. A very warm welcome on the stage, Dr. Ajit Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Nirmal Ganguly, SEC member. Okay, he's... Okay. Let's welcome Dr. C.M. Gupta, SEC member. Okay, किसी reason की वजह से हमारे साथ नहीं जुड़ पाए हैं, लेकिन जोरदार तालियां हो जाए everyone उनके लिए भी. Thank you so much. I request everyone to please take your seats, and साथ ही साथ we would like to start this evening with the words of wisdom. And कहते हैं ना, जब तक हम लोगों ने leadership team की आवाज़ नहीं सुनी, तो कैसे बढ़ सकते हैं आगे? आइए शुरू करते हैं. To start this event with address, may I request Mr. Girdhar Balwani to please come forward and address our audience. Everyone, once again, louder round of applause and welcome Mr. Girdhar Balwani ji.
Good evening. Dear Cadilians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my proud privilege to be a part of this 72nd Foundation Day. It is also very special because today marks the birthday of Mr. Rajiv Modi, though he couldn't be with us, but I'm sure all our good wishes are with him. So best wishes, Rajiv. I've been personally associated with the company for now around 6 years as an independent director. Today was also a very special day for me and for my colleagues from the board. We went for a short pilgrimage tour to Dholka, wherein we had, I think, a blessed opportunity to visit two sites. One was Shantivan, and the other one was Indrashil Tirth. One was to commemorate the life of Shri Indrabadan Modi, our founder chairman, and Mrs. Sheelaben Modi, who is not only the wife of our founder chairman, but also the first employee of the company. And it was such an amazing and beautiful place. I wish I had been there earlier, and I'm sure I would wish that I can go there every time I come to Ahmedabad. So I would like to take this opportunity to share some thoughts with all of you. Firstly, a big thank you and commendation to all the stakeholders, both inside the company as well as outside, our suppliers, our distributors, everybody who's associated with the company, for making us where we are today, and a big thank you to all of them. We have achieved a leadership position in many areas through living the values of Cadila. Not only living the values, we have also worked very hard. I'm sure each one of us has thrived only because of hard work and sheer dedication. We have followed innovation, a number of firsts that I'll just take a brief pause. A few comments on the businesses that we are in, since I'm associated with almost all of them, so I can make some brief comments. Our largest business, the domestic formulations, I think has gone through a tumultuous year last year, but we have focused on fundamentals. We have focused on ethical promotion, high level of in-clinic performance with the field force, and innovative marketing techniques through not only the traditional means of marketing, but also multi-channel methods of marketing to reach our customers as best as we can, especially what we learned during the COVID period. But we are now confident that the past is behind us, and this year we must turn the corner and significantly increase our market share. The international business continues to expand its geographical reach. We're also looking at new products in the existing markets. We're also looking at inorganic as well as organic opportunities. Here again, it has not been an easy year last year, but we are very confident that this year will be a future, which will build a future which will be strong, based on sound business practices, increase our top line as well as bottom line. The API chemical business has continued to show a robust performance and is now focusing on increasing capacity as well as increasing our portfolio range. So we have accomplished a lot. I think the team deserves a great commendation for their performance. And while a lot has been accomplished, still a lot remains to be done in order to continue to drive our rightful market share in all countries and in all markets. As I reflect on what basically drives our success, I think there are two very important factors: commitment and focus. I am reminded of a saying by Ted Roosevelt, who was the ex-president of the US, who also received a Nobel Prize. And he said, Do what you can do what you need to do with the resources that you have in the place that you are in. Do not live in a fantasy world. Be grounded and focus and have full commitment. I think this applies to our not only professional lives, but also our personal lives. And this can be a good mantra for success. It provides a guiding principle for our lives. It tells us to make the best use of our resources with single-minded focus. I think in order to follow this principle, it is important for everyone to have a commitment towards their goals in every aspect of our lives. Commitment, or in Hindi or Gujarati, pratibaddhata, is one word, but I think it is the most important value that all of us must have. It is a commitment towards ourselves, towards our company, towards our family, and towards the society that we live in. It also encompasses, to a large extent, our three company values: authenticity, integrity, and responsibility. So let us all resolve to be fully committed to it, doing the best that we can, utilizing all the resources that we have in the roles that we play in Cadila. We look forward to taking our company to great heights, and I'm sure you join me in praying to God to give His blessings and bless us all for the future. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for your words. Commitment.
It's okay. No? Yeah. So, Dr. Modi and my dear Cadila family, it's so good to meet you after a gap of few years. You know, a Founders' Day is a time when we sort of go back to our roots, we think and we reflect. So I just want to say a few words on Indravardhan Modi, and especially his wife, Sheila Ben. Now, you will all know about it, I'm sure, but I just want to say those few words to just put it in context. So as you would all be aware, that Indravardhan Modi was born in a village, or was from a village. And remember, it was 1920s and 1930s, pre-independent India, okay? A small village. And from there, he studied, went to Bombay, and just a few years after independence, set up a manufacturing unit. And remember, at that point of time, foreign multinational corporations were highly dominant. So apart from that, a little bit later, he sets up a research and development wing. And his mantra was, as you all know, I'm sure you would have come across this in your training as well, that it should be affordable healthcare. So well, that's very good. But what is best, which I found very good, was that his first employee was a woman. And it was not an ordinary woman. Of course, she was his wife, but she was not an ordinary employee. She was working in the, I would like to say it's a factory space, where she was actually washing and labeling the bottles. She was not an ordinary employee. And above all that, I mean, she was so entrepreneurial in her approach that she was the one who suggested that they should come out with the manufacture of gripe water. And those amongst us who are seniors would know what gripe water is all about. So she discovered that marketing space, the white space. So what does this all indicate to us? To me, it indicates that tremendous, you should remember that period of Indian history. A small village in pre-independent India in 1920s, 1930s. They would, I'm sure, even a primary school was difficult to be there. I'm not so sure whether it was there or not. But he rose, and in just 2 or 3 years after independence, he set up a factory to take on the MNCs. So what does it indicate to us? To me, at least, it indicates, a great deal of grit, a great deal of determination, and great perseverance. And his orientation towards research and development, being very quality conscious, they're remarkable qualities for that period. And then you have his wife, the first woman employee of the company, in fact, the first employee, as Mr. Girdhar Balwani said, who is working with him shoulder to shoulder. So these are qualities which are not, which you admire. And these are such useful qualities to have, whether it is in your personal life or in your professional life. Grit, determination, perseverance, being ahead, being oriented towards your customer. Affordable healthcare, something that we talk about now, is what he was talking about several decades back. So for me, Indravadan Modi and his wife are not just founders of Cadila Group, but they are great people. And I'm so very happy to be associated with Cadila Group that was founded by such fantastic, people who took on multinationals at that time. So with this tradition and with this heritage that we have, we should be able, like Mr. Balwani said and our dear compere has said, that tomorrow will be better than today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your words, perseverance, and determination. I would take these words from you, ma'am, perseverance and determination. These are the qualities, which always pushes boundaries and helps us in achieving our goals, our targets, our dreams. With this, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome on stage now, साथ ही साथ तालियों के साथ, please put your hands together and welcome Dr. Nirmal Ganguly to please come forward and highlight this moment by your words. Welcome, sir. Kem cho? Saruj.
Was I right? It's a great opportunity to invite me in this August occasion. So thank you, Rajiv ji. You made me a part of family as your father had done. And I feel tremendously honored to be here today. A few words about Sri Indravadan Modi ji. He was a man of vision, but he was a man of compassion. And whenever we sat for the Scientific Advisory Committee, he sat with us, he ate with us, he shared his favorite amras with soot on that with us. And whenever there was a cricket match like today, when he was sitting in his room, he told us the score also. He took us to Hasod to show his birthplace where we met Bharat Bhai, Mansukh Bhai, and today we met his daughter also. So it becomes such a family, compassionate thing that it really bold us, and we felt that Cadila is our true home and started missing it if we didn't come here regularly in our anointed time. I remember one thing about Modi ji, that I told him one day, he was making the leprosy vaccine. So I told him one day, Modi ji, you will not make any money out of it anymore. Leprosy happens to poorest of poor, and there will be no profit in this venture. So he said to me that, look, and that particular slogan is there on the walls, look, we don't do everything for money. We do for our country, we do for our people. So this is what I have taken up, and I will go on doing it. And in the same fashion, he was developing a drug for tuberculosis with piperine added into that, which will be absorbed very quickly. So he took up projects which may not give profit, but which were very, very important for the Indian masses. And hats off to him that he could think like that at that particular time. But it was not only that, like it is not that he took us to Hasod. He gave myself and CM Gupta a spin in his Rolls Royce. So CM Gupta's grandson, who researches on the cars, he said that the best car is Rolls Royce. So CM Gupta proudly told him that I have ridden a Rolls Royce. So I didn't know he believed or he didn't believe it. Today we saw the Rolls Royce parked here, and we both took a photo for his grandson so that when he goes back, he can show his grandson that he had ridden a Rolls Royce. So this is what Modi ji was there. And Rajiv ji went through that tradition. He made us much more. I don't know how much all of you know him. I know him as a person who respects and loves his parents and will created that Punya Sthal. We were all today there. And essentially, very soft and compassionate person. He has done things to me. If I take bath 10 times, I will never be able to repay it. So he is a person of a great compassion and love. Those who know him closely will know it. And today at every stage when we were there, it was visible. Now coming back to Cadila and its achievement, one of the most powerful strength of Cadila is its staff, homegrown staff, not the staff, hi-fi staff who are hired from outside. They have taken up every challenge and came up very well out of this. They delivered. And this was amazing to me. Sometimes I didn't believe that they will be able to do it, but they did it. So whether it was Nirav, whether it was Chintan, whether it was Paresh, whether it was Imran, I could go on taking names. All of them came up tremendously pure and strong of any challenge which was given to them. I met Rajiv ji, I met him when I came here for evaluating the hepatitis vaccine over here. And then, now Cadila makes 4 or 5 innovative vaccines. Some of them are in market, some of them are going to be in market, but all of them very innovative and challenging. The world's first subunit vaccine on rabies. It is now undergoing, it is in the market, it is undergoing pediatric evaluation. Perhaps it will be world's first pre-exposure vaccines also in the future. It has got all the potential. Now we know that S3N2 is going on. Mr. Mandviya recently created a task force for that. Cadila is delivering a quadrivalent vaccine which has all the components which were in 2022 and now 23-24. So it can fill in the gap now, it will fill in the gap for the future, and this is also has been developed by Cadila. In the same fashion, there is a vaccine for HPV which is in the offing. There is a vaccine for chickenpox which is also in the offing. So there are now innovative vaccines which it is delivering and putting in the market essentially by its own staff, and hats off to Seema. She has delivered it, a very shy girl who doesn't brag. You will never see her except when she is giving the results. But this is the Cadila staff. And again, I applaud the Cadila staff. At this given moment, again, it has developed many innovative. Today, the team is here. You know, when you create in the dialysis, when you go for chronic kidney disease, you need to keep the vessels patent so that no thrombosis occurs there. So it has created this, and this is under trial at this moment. And I know that how much the formulation was challenging, and they have done it. They have now innovative vitamin D. This was very, very innovative. It was not there before. They have one drug which is there for the myocardial infarction. Again, very innovative, very challenging. You just name it. And recently, they also created sitagliptin, although now patent is off, but they got the US patent when everyone, Glen Pharma, etc., were struggling to get a patent of this. So this is Cadila. This is its future. It is not a generic company. Rajiv ji did one very good things, and actually we should pay him rather than he should pay us. He opened office in Stanford, opened office in UK, opened office in Sweden, and we were given a feast of presentation of new molecules and others from which we had to choose. And they took it up and they started working in that. There was an H. pylori vaccine with Jan Holmgren. Jan Holmgren was my hero. And he made it possible that we could interact with the hero and started developing. Sometimes we succeed, sometimes we don't, but we cut the losses. We never regret that we didn't succeed. But when we succeed with a bang. Cadila doesn't give goose to anyone. Rajiv ji will never lift a phone and tell anyone that help us out of the turn. This is Cadila and this is Cadila's USP. Salute to you and best wishes for this auspicious occasion.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. You know how interesting that was. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have the huge round for Dr. Nirmal Ganguly? Nirmal sir, how amazing that was for, from sharing the stories, incidents from Ampanavras to Rolls-Royce and so many things, right? How interesting that was. And talking about compassion that we can always witness, we always witness that. Once again, ek baar zordar taaliyan ho jaye, come on, for Dr. Nirmal Ganguly, ladies and gentlemen. May I now request to address us Dr. Ajit Singh, Director CPL, to please come forward. And let's welcome everyone with thunderous round of applause to highlight this moment by your words. Welcome, Dr. Ajit.
Good evening. Dr. Modi, directors on the board, dear guests, management team, employees, families, children. It's my pleasure to be here today on the Foundation Day and birthday of Junior Rajiv Modi. As Girdharji shared, unfortunately, he's not here today, but my very best wishes at a very personal level to the family. Girdhar, I started a day or two after you, maybe a month or so after you, so it's been also 6 years. What is more relevant to me is that the company is 72 years old. How many companies in the world have survived more than 100 years? What defines the longevity of a company? So I don't know the global number, but in the US, there are only 1,000 companies that have lived more than 100 years. That is less than 0.5% of all companies. Think about it. Less than 0.5% of all companies ever born have lived more than 100 years. Why? Why not all the others? Is it because they had the best products? Yeah, maybe at some point they did, but products go through cycles. There is never a company that will have the best product forever. That never happens. You go through 7 or 10-year cycles, competition comes in and out. So clearly it's not the product. Did they have the best employees? Yeah, at some point they did, and at some point they were replaced by some not so good employees and the competition took over. Is it because they had the best processes, the best tools, the best systems? Yes, at some point maybe they did, but most of the time they did not. So what defines their success? What defines that they last 100 years? It's because they had some underlying principles that they were able to live by. So when we talk of our principles, authenticity, integrity, responsibility, these are universal principles. These are spiritual principles. Think about it. These are not day-to-day defining principles. They are spiritual principles that underlie our existence. It is the kind of those principles that make a company last 100 years. And we are blessed that we have something of that sort right in our foundation, right in our constitution. So that actually brings me to the point of, in fact, what is principle? So I remember a conversation with my daughter, who's now 30 years old. When she was about 11, I said, I will set only one rule for you. And the rule is that you will not do anything that will be irreversible loss to you. I mean, don't do something that'll kill you. Everything else is only principles. There's only one rule, rest is all principles. Many of you are parents here. What defines principles? Principles are the things that will make your children live beyond you. Rules are the ones that make them live while you're around, just so that you protect them a little bit. Principles are the ones by which they live beyond you. They will typically outlast you by 30, 40 years. It is those principles, the ones they observe by just observing you, ones they learn by just observing you, that'll make you last a lifetime. So I'm making a point specifically to the leadership team. The principles you live are the principles your employees will observe. You don't teach them principles. They learn principles. You don't teach them, they learn them by observing you. Now, the point two of my previous speakers made about Rajivji, your mother. So behind every successful man, there's a woman, we know that. In fact, I like to say with every successful man, there's a woman. And the role that your mom played, I have never met her, I've heard through you and through various colleagues. One of the quotes I read of her today at Shantivan was, don't run away from problems, face them and fight them. In fact, that defines life. You know, what is it? It's actually, you go from problem to problem to problem. I grew up in a Sikh home, so there is a phrase of Guru Gobind Singh that we love to recite at home. Dehe Shiva bar mohe ehe, shubh karman te kab ho na taron aur syon jab jahe laron, nischay kar apni jeet karon. Nischay kar apni jeet karon. With determination. That requires you constantly have to fight. You constantly have to, you can't run away from problems. It brings me back to Cadila of today. Look, the global environment is really helping India right now. During the COVID pandemic, it caused a lot of damage to the world. What really good came out for India was there's a general tendency to move away from China, especially when it comes to pharmaceutical industry. So we have tremendous tailwinds. All we have to do is be innovative and have strong operating principles. So all I can say is just do it. These are fundamentally relatively easy things to do as long as we stick to the principles. So with that, I'd like to wish you all the best. I'd like to wish the family the very best and happy birthday and pleasure being here, and thank you very much.
Check. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your words. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have the thunderous round of applause for these words, Dr. Ajit? Thank you so much. May I now request, because hum log thoda sa late chal rahe hain, so I will not take much time in interactions now. We have some celebrations happening in the evening post-dinner. So may I now request Dr. C.M. Gupta, ladies and gentlemen, to please welcome Dr. C.M. Gupta to address and to share your words of wisdom. Welcome, sir.
In the very beginning, I would like to pay my respectful tribute to Sri I.B. Modi ji, who actually brought me to Cadila, introduced me to Cadila. And then I would like to congratulate all the employees, okay, of Cadila, including I will say Dr. Rajiv Modi, on successfully completing 72 years and bringing Cadila to this stage. I remember I was associated with Central Drug Research Institute for about 40 years. So I know how Indian pharmaceutical industry grew. In the beginning, there was virtually nothing of our own in Indian industry, and everything was controlled by multinationals. It was a bunch of 3, 4 nationalists, staunch nationalists like Dr. Modi or Mr. Modi, who started Indian pharma in this country, okay? And they are, I must say, that they are the father of Indian pharmaceutical industry in this country. They were the beginners, the 4 industries, brought pharmaceutical cultures and the biogenerics, generics business to this country. Now we are leading throughout the world. Then coming to how I got associated with Cadila. It happened when Dr. Rajiv Modi first came from US. he was advised by my Director General, Dr. R. Baselkar, that you first visit IMTech, Institute of Microbial Technology. At that time, I was Director of Institute of Microbial Technology in Chandigarh. He happened to visit me, and then in the end he said, "Ki, Gupta ji, when you retire, please contact me. Okay, I will like to associate with you." And afterwards, 5 years, I came as director of Central Drug Institute. Again, he visited. In the very first week, or I think after 2 weeks, we were having one product jointly developed in Cadila, and he said that you associate in any capacity, I will like to associate with you. Okay. And that's how, and incidentally, I was the chairman of pharma committee, DST's pharma committee, and they were holding a meeting in Ahmedabad. And Dr. Mr. Indravadan Modi invited me for lunch with him. And Bakulis presented his work on MW. And then Indy said that we are facing tremendous difficulty in getting government funds and other things. And if you feel like, I think you be our advisor. So that's how I got permission from CSIR to be the advisor in way back in 2005 or 6. And then slowly I built up their scientific advisory committee. I brought Dr. Ganguly, a man, prolific person in, I would say, in vaccines, immunology, and other aspects. And then even Dr. Yadav, who is heading their university, I brought all of them here. Since then, I have been associated with this company intimately. I come, myself and Professor Ganguly come every month just to visit for 1 or 2 days and review their scientific activities. And I must say that steadily Cadila is doing very well. And the most, I will say, strong pillar in Cadila research is my friend Dr. Bakles Khama. He is the one, without him, the research would not. He has full commitment, 100% commitment to his work, and I think he is virtually here for all the 24 hours. And I must admire Mrs. Khamar, how she takes all this, okay. So thank you, Mrs. Khamar, for sparing him for research, okay. And in the end, I think I don't want to say unnecessary thing because Dr. Ganguly has virtually vomited out everything, whatever has happened in the 12 or 15 years. So I must say, Cadila is doing very well, and I must put on record that this is the company which has high ethics, on high sincerity, honesty, commitment, okay, to whatever they are doing. And I wish Cadila very, very bright future, and once again, congratulate all the staff of Cadila Pharmaceuticals. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. C.M. Gupta, sir. Thank you so much for your words. Taliyon ki gargarat, everyone. How beautiful is that moment? You know, what is the beauty of Cadila Pharma when we talk about it? The beauty in 72 years of this celebration, 72 Foundation Day we are celebrating. As we all know, at heart, we are innovation-driven. Global presence, if I talk about, more than 100 plus countries, 900 plus brands, multinational company, and how proudly we can say this. And this is absolutely possible because of you all. You are the real game changers. And when we have champions of the industry with us, how beautiful that perfect combination goes. Ladies and gentlemen, with these words, I request all of you to let's welcome Mr. Maheshwar Sahu, Chairman IRM Energy, to please address us. Let's welcome Mr. Maheshwar Sahu. Welcome, sir.
Dr. Raji, 10 years ago, and we started discussing if we could do something together. And we decided that Cadila would invest in my Swedish pharma company, EQL Pharma. So Dr. Modi invested and became a very big shareholder in Equal Pharma, and Cadila started to develop drugs for Equal Pharma. At that time, we were a tiny company, 2 million euro in revenue. Today, we are a 40 million euro company, so you can see that this has been very, very successful. Thank you. And having said that, I think it's easy for you to understand why I'm so proud to be part of this Cadila family, because we try to work with this collaboration as one entity together. And we have done amazing things together, developed multiple sterile injectables, difficult sustained release tablets, and one of the latest products, methenamine, a woman health product, is actually instrumental in the world's global fight against bacterial resistance. And in fact, I think there is nothing we cannot do together. This is such a skilled, fantastic company to work with, so I'm convinced 10 years from now, I hope it will be 20 times as big again. So let's aim at 800 million euro, shall we? And I think we talked about the spirits here, and that's really what strikes me the most here, working with you all. You are so kind, you're honest, skilled, and hardworking, and I think these are the attributes that will make Cadila and has made Cadila into such an outstanding company. And of course, it's guarded by the outstanding leadership and guidelines and executive power of Dr. Modi. But it's also a tradition he's following closely from his father, and I'm sure it will be taken forward for the last 28 years to make the 100-year mark here soon, or, well, in 28 years, I guess. So thank you, all of you, for allowing me to be part of this. And let's keep doing the great work together. And I love to be here with you. Je t'aime.
Awesome. Jatem Baku, on behalf of our family, our teams and colleagues, thank you so much. And Dr. Christo, we wish and we pray you multiply the strength and the success in multifold way. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to call a visionary, a man who is carrying forward the legacy. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody who is an inspiration to all the generations. Thank you so much for being the power of us. Please put your hands together, everyone, for Dr. Rajiv Modi, sir.
નમસ્તે, કેમ છો? કેમ છો? મજા આવે છે? હજી તો બહુ બાકી છે. પેટ અંઘરી હશો નહીં? ભૂખી લાગી હશે ને? એટલે બહુ ભાષણ લાંબુ નહીં આપું. કારણ કે થોડું બપોરથી આવ્યા છો, તડકો હતો, વરસાદ પડવાનો હતો, પણ ભગવાને કીધું આજે નહીં પાડીએ. So I'm not standing in between dinner and the festivities more in the evening. I just want to first of all say 13th March, after a long time of silence, due to COVID and everything around it. So it's so wonderful to see all of you together in the Bhaat campus after 3-4 years. I'm honored, I'm pleased, and so the program which has been made, the menu which has been made, all by, guess who? My boss, Rajiv Bhai, is a wonderful program this evening. He said, Papu, we should do 2 artists today, not 1, because you have saved money for 4 years. તેણીઓ એટલું બધું કંટ્રોલમાં રાખે છે ને એટલે and then he said, no, Papu, you told me I should not miss school. એટલે he flew back. He's back in his college. So he's not here, but I'm sure everything which you see around you is somehow influenced by him. I should tell you that. I have done nothing, but it's so marvelous. Of course, Jatin Agrawal, our new head of communications, is so new, and he shivers when he comes to my office the 3 times he has come. But Jatin, you also have done a good job so far. So nice to see all of you. Wonderful colleagues. It's a pleasure, honor, love, and I'm blessed to work with all the people that you see on the stage. Dr. Ajit, Girdhar, Sahu Sahib, Pratima Ben, Krista, Ganguly Sahib, Gupta Sahib. So it's so nice. And I see also a lot of my my mother's sister, Sarika Masi, has stayed today and she's going to fly back. She lives in London. Yes. So she's here with us. She was here for the temple ceremony. My mother's brother's wife is here. She's the only also remnant. A lot of lovely people are here. I can't say names publicly, but you know, they've come all over from long distances. Nahi? શું કહો છો ડૉક્ટર સાહેબ? Akulesh bhai. A lot of people have come. So thank you for coming for this various occasions. And all my dear colleagues from Ankleshwar, from Dholka, from Bhat, from various locations. I think some of you have come. Many would have liked to come, but may have not come today. So the only thing I want to say today is I'm so glad that COVID is behind us. India and our country has not much incidence, and I was fearful. I didn't want to create a problem for families, so which is why last year we did not do it, although there was a possibility for us doing. But just in case something happened to some of you, I would have personally felt very bad. So I know now I'm very, very confident that there is good food. Nothing will happen to your stomach if you eat food here, and that after the food you will celebrate, dance, enjoy the night, and leave back fond memories of a wonderful person, my father, and a wonderful human being, my mother, who both worked for this company, and which is why all of us, including me, are here. A lot of good things have been said from the heart as I read and understand and listened to them carefully, right from Sweden to Stanford to California to various parts of the world, and also eminent scientists who sound so simple, but they are pioneers if you know the world of science of India. Both Professor Dr. Gupta and both Professor Nirmal Ganguly. So I'm very, very happy to be amongst you. I feel so joyous in my heart. And as Girdhar and Pratima Ben and everybody else has shared about today, also we decided to do the Pran Pratishtha today, which sort of got over at about 4:35. So 13th March is in the blood of Cadila now. It was in the blood, but more so now it's blessed by God. So 13th of Foundation Day is blessed by God. So it's not only 100 years. I think Cadila will go on forever. And that's my strong desire and God's prayers. And with all of you, all the hard work that you guys do, all the craziness you bear from your leaders, but still diligently trying to improve every day to better quality, better research, better sales, and better sales. So what we need from all our colleagues who are putting their mind, soul, heart, and pushing back all the family life, I salute all my leaders in the sales and marketing of our company who are actually striving, creating, and all the challenges which they place within the company and outside. So good wishes for all of you. Good wishes for the growth of the company. Turn around in March. Javed, that's what you promised me. Yeah. And so on. Everybody. It's so nice to be here. Everybody has told you a lot of good messages. You all know it. I was so amazed when Pratima Ben took the effort to find out about my parents. Of course she knows, but say that. That's the lagav. That's the reality. That's what we all are. We're blessed. Please understand, we as a company are blessed to have people like us who at the leadership level, board guiding us. To all of you, I have not seen, and I know a lot, I have not seen people with such emotion, dedication, and love for being here to help us to take bigger challenges and spread our wings around the world. So I love all of you. बहुत प्यार है, बहुत प्यार से तुमने लोगों ने सबने. We are working very hard to make ourselves better every day with your help, your support. And I wish that you enjoy for the rest of the year and years to come. Let's grow together, and Jai Hind. Namaskar.
यू नो बिलीव मी, जब भी राजीव से बात करते हैं आई फील ये स्पीच खत्म ही ना हो. द वर्ड्स ऑफ एनकरेजमेंट, द वर्ड्स ऑफ मोटिवेशन. अच्छा.
એટલે અમે આ રિહર્સલ નથી એટલે હવે શું બોલું પણ કરીએ આપણે એટલે માય પોઈન્ટ ઇઝ એન્જોય ધ ઇવનિંગ લાઈફ ઇઝ શોર્ટ બી ઓનેસ્ટ ટુ યોર હાર્ટ બી ઓનેસ્ટ ટુ યોર ફેમિલી एंड देर इज़ ओनली शॉर्ट टाइम टू लिव सो दिल में है वो करो जीतो जंग जीतो इन योर लाइफ इन कैडिला एंड मेक कैडिला ग्रेट
सर आप मुझसे पूछोगे तो मैं कभी नहीं जाने दूंगी.
देखो ये सिग्नल आ रहा है कभी नहीं जाने दूंगी मिस क्या
All right, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. मस्ती मजाक चलती रहती है, ladies and gentlemen. But please put your thunderous round of applause, everyone, for Dr. Rajiv Modi and his words of wisdom, motivation, and for always inspiring. Rajiv say, you know what? What makes us smile? पता है हमें क्या मुस्कुराहट कब आती है? जब आप मुस्कुराते हैं. You know, कहते हैं ना, जब सर कहते हैं this is done when he smiles, that means one goal is achieved. That means the success of togetherness is achieved. So thank you so much. Thank you. जैसे राजीव सर ने कहा, the celebration पार्टी अभी बाकी है. Celebration is still pending. Are you ready for it? भूख लगी है थोड़ी सी? पेट में चूहे दौड़ रहे हैं? भूख लगी है? हाँ या ना? हाँ कि ना तो पाड़ो. Okay, let's move on for the nice lavishing dinner we have waiting for you. With this note, ladies and gentlemen, एक बार जोरदार से जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं. Once again, a thunderous round of applause for everyone present here on the dais. Thank you so much for your words, for addressing our family, our team. Thank you so much. एक बार हो जाए जोरदार तालियां. And we are going to meet by 8:15 back here to celebrate the party. 8:30? Okay. राजीव सर ने कहा अच्छे से डिनर करते हैं, बातें करते हैं, काफ़ी टाइम के बाद मौका मिला है. So let's keep it by 8:30. All right, so 8:30 we are going to start the celebration. We have Neha Kakkar, Tony Kakkar and Javed Ali coming in for you. Thank you everyone. Have a wonderful time and celebration ahead.